We have with us Anupriya Patel, of course, senior partner of the BJP alliance in Uttar Pradesh, the Apna Dal, and also Union Minister. Thank you very much indeed, Anupriya ji, for joining us. Congratulations to you. It's been a fantastic win in Uttar Pradesh. Just give us a sense now.
Thank you very much.
We were talking to you, by the way, Nidhi and I, during the time of the exit poll. Was there ever a sense where you felt, because there was a perception that as the race went along, it was getting a bit, tighter, election atak raha tha, phas raha tha, we would keep hearing this. Did you ever get a sense that that was happening, or were you always clear that it was going to be this kind of number?
I was always confident that NDA will come back to power in UP. However, such a kind of narrative or a perception was being attempted by the rival alliance, the Samajwadi Party-led alliance. And there is no harm. I mean, when there are different political parties in the fray, they will try to put their point across and create a narrative which helps them to win the election. So this is quite a natural phenomenon. However, I was always sure that we will come back and the voter will repose their faith in the NDA alliance.
Anupriya Patel, congratulations from my side as well. You know, one of the things the Prime Minister emphasized on right at the beginning of his speech tonight was crediting women voters for bringing the BJP back in UP in particular. Just tell us a little bit about the women voter phenomenon there and why the BJP's message has resonated so strongly with women.
First of all, let me just say that it is not BJP alone which has been voted back to power, it is NDA. Okay. So it is a combination of BJP and Apna Dal and Nishad Party. Please don't discredit us. It's
we shouldn't.
Fair point. It's an alliance, it's a collective force and it's a collective effort. And yes, women are becoming increasingly important in the political scenario. Their power, their impact as a voter is being realized by the country as a whole and the political parties. And it is a good trend that political parties are now realizing that their policies must be more women-centric and they must also make attempts to woo the women voters. NDA Alliance, especially our government, made specific attempts. The policies which were run by Modi ji's government, which eventually was seen in UP also. You see, there's a big focus on the women voters. The housing scheme which we ran, the ownership was always in the name of the woman member of the household. The toilets that we constructed across UP and across the country, that brings dignity to a lot of women in the urban and the rural pockets. Self-help groups empowerment was something that we really worked upon because we feel women must be self-dependent. So this message has gone to women that the government is concerned about their welfare too. They can actually feel tangible benefits in their own hands. So women, as I said, have become very crucial. They are more aware and they really want to know what the government or what the political party or the alliance which is running the state thinks about them, does for them. And all that they received in these 5 years has gone a long way in creating this abundant support for the NDA alliance.
And just one question though, that obviously again, taking nothing away from the victory, but if you look at it, the BJP, the NDA, alliance has dropped by about 50 seats. Samajwadi Party has jumped to 125 from 47. So it does suggest that people, yes, they voted you back, but there were issues as well, and those were issues that you're well aware of, and all of us traveling in Uttar Pradesh heard, whether it was, unemployment, economic distress, all of that. So would you concede that there is still a lot of work to be done?
Yes, I completely agree. There is a loss of certain seats, and that is very much on account of the factors like the stray cattle menace, which we realize that we have to work more upon it to address this problem. It's a serious issue in the rural areas. The Honorable Prime Minister also said that our government will do more to address this problem. And the 69,000 teachers recruitment issue yet needs to be solved. The government made an effort, but then it got stuck in the court. We need to work upon it. Employment generation, we've created a roadmap There's infrastructure, huge infrastructure which has been created. We are yet to bring in more investments and actually create something tangible which could be seen. So employment generation, yes, this is an issue which also needs attention. So I wouldn't deny because there are certain problems and they need to be taken care of.
Right.
Can I just quickly ask you about Yogendra Yadav's comments just now on this program before you came on, where he said that he sees this verdict as the beginning of the dismantling of the Indian Republic. How would you respond to that?
I fail to understand how does he see NDA alliance coming back to power in Uttar Pradesh as the beginning of the dismantling of the Republic of India. I think I would want him to elaborate more on this, because I see it as something absolutely different. You know, this is the new kind of era we have ushered into, wherein the electorate or the voter is holding the political parties or the alliances which run the government for a certain period of time more accountable. They are aspirational, they have sky high expectation, and they really watch your performance and they want to see what change you have created in the quality of life that they lead. If you haven't created a positive change in their life, they will not vote you back to power. So I think I would need an elaboration on how this is dismantling of India as a republic.
Right. I mean, I don't want to speak for Yogendra, but I think one of the things that had come up in the conversation was that if one looks at how much the needle has swung in terms of how a government behaves, in terms of whether it's majoritarianism, the kind of comments that are made, very, very communal comments, the kind of policies that are passed, like love jihad laws, which essentially criminalize interfaith relationships, all of that, those are all areas of concern. And in fact, you were candid enough to tell us when you'd come on the exit poll show that you were not happy with that. You were, as an ally, you couldn't control it, but you weren't happy with that.
Yeah.
Look, there are parties which have ideological differences on issues of serious concern, but they still come together to form government. One example could be BJP and PDP coming together to form a government in Jammu and Kashmir a few years back. So, although we are a part of NDA, but we definitely reserve the right to differ on certain issues, and we register our dissent also, wherein we are in disagreement with the actions or the decisions that the government takes.
Right. Okay. Well, fair enough, Anupriya Patel. Thank you very much indeed for joining us and for being quite candid as always.